Well, you went all the way 35 minutes away with your sister with you to see a documentary about a bunch of animators bringing back a restaurant. Was it worth it? Totally. Hi, everyone. It's me, Grant, the movie and TV guy. Welcome to Raise on Popcorn with Grant, everybody. And today, we are talking about a movie. Movies and TV, that's what we do here. And that movie is Casa Bonita, Mi Amor. Casa Bonita, Mi Amor is directed by not Trey Parker and Matt Stone, weirdly enough. I think that they would have been the ones who would have directed it. I don't even think they produced it. I mean, they presented it. It's like a South Park Studios, I believe, is a production company on this. But yeah, directed by Arthur Bradford. This is a filmmaker who primarily has done television work and did their film 6 Days to Air, the film about the making of South Park. So this is, he's worked with Trey and Matt before. And what is the film about? Well, the film is a documentary. It centers on Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the creators of South Park. And though a lot of people thought they were kidding, it turned out they weren't. Described as the Mexican restaurant equivalent of Disneyland, a restaurant in Denver known as Casa Bonita, which was the subject of a very famous, some would even say infamous, Cartman-themed episode of South Park. When they got their quote-unquote fuck you money from Paramount, they decided they're going to buy Casa Bonita with the goal of renovating it, bringing it all back for about $6.5 million. Turns out, eventually, let's put it this way, it will balloon. That will go insanely over budget. And this is a story of them over the course of 2 years between 2021 and 2023, bringing this back to former glory. Among them, replacing the parts that seemingly have not been replaced since its inception in '74, as well as making food that's less shitty. They said that the experience Casa Bonita was always great, but the food was kind of lacking. So they get a chef. They get a high-end Mexican food chef to come in, who's delightful. Her name is Loca. And eventually, against all odds, they bring it back to their former glory. And this is their story as cameras were rolling on them, trying to bring it all back. And it's delightful. Casa Bonita, Mi Amor is... Everybody knows this, and I'm a South Park fan. I'm a big fan of Trey and Matt. Two of my favorite movies of all time are the South Park movie and Team America World Police. I also quite enjoyed Orgasmo and Cannibal the Musical. So I'm a big fan of these guys. I've been a fan of them for a long time. And I liked 6 Days to Air, the documentary on South Park from the same filmmaker. Here's the thing. I know that maybe I went into this... But even I went into this like, okay, it's going to be a fun little romp, 90-minute romp about how these two guys did this and it was in over their head. It's going to be fluff. It's actually not. Yeah, bizarrely enough, I think that even people who've never seen a frame of South Park in their life, the one person maybe who hasn't, is also going to love this as just a really interesting documentary. Yeah, Casa Bonita Mi Amor is genuinely one of the best films of the year, and it's kind of amazing to think that like something that seems to be this seems to be fluffy by the nature of what it is, it has some depth to it. These Trey Parker, despite being very wealthy, obviously from South Park, he's so lovable. And there is a certain underdog charm to watching him bring this to fruition. And then you have Matt Stone, who isn't quite as much of a fanboy of this restaurant as Trey is, but he's standing by his friend and supporting him. A lot of it from the sidelines, like he's kind of running the show at South Park while this is going on. And you see these guys who really do, even when they get frustrated with some of the things, especially if it gets close to air, or gets close to opening rather, they really show that there's some genuosity. Trey Parker seems like a really cool dude, and you do root for him. You want his dream to come true. You want him to put this together. And when, I don't think it's a spoiler to say, eventually they do reopen Casa Bonita, which is like the last 15, 20 minutes of this film, it's hard not to get a little bit of a lump in your throat watching it, because you've seen every inch of what it actually took to do this. And even if you don't know South Park at all, it's hard not to be invested in this kind of thing. Because you do care about Trey Parker. Lets you see a lot. He even lets you see him when he's not in his best moods with the other people, and it's not PR-ish at all. It's very well done. This is produced by MTV's newly formed documentary films unit, who has done some really great work. 76 Days is one example. One of my favorite films of last year, The Eternal Memory, which was one of the best films of the decade as a documentary film, a Chilean one that they backed. They're a good studio, and they're putting out some good docs, and this is another one, and it might be on my list this year. Yeah, I loved Casa Bonita, Mi Amor, you guys. I thought this was absolutely terrific, and I saw it at the Draft House. We had a really good time. My sister also liked it. We're both South Park fans, but we also were in agreement that, like, you don't have to be a South Park fan to like this. You just need to want to see something interesting, and seeing a story like this. And it's inspiring. It really is. And I love this movie. Yeah, it is in select theaters now, I believe exclusively at Alamo Draft Houses, I think. I think it's a Draft House exclusive. It will be streaming sometime later this year on Paramount Plus. Definitely, however way you can. Check out Casa Bonita, Mi Amor. It's really good. And yeah, I'm going to give Casa Bonita, Mi Amor. Yeah, you see it. Excuse me. Ooh. Bang! 5 out of 5 stars plus. This is a great doc. Really terrific. And very well done. It also, really well paced. It's only about 88 minutes, something like that, and it moves at a nice clip. So yeah, trailer trash. Let's talk some trailer trash. 5 out of 5 stars plus. Let's close the book on it. Trailer trash. A Different Man, talked about it, looks good. Anora, Red Band trailer, talked about it, looks good. Saturday Night, talked about it, looks good. And then Will and Harper, looks really good. It's a documentary on Will Ferrell, his road trip with his friend Harper Steele, who is a trans woman who previously worked as a writer on Saturday Night Live. My cousin Josie, who has been on the channel at least once before, saw this film kind of early because I think they filmed some of it where she is, and she said that, like, Grant, keep your eye out, and I can see why. This looks really good, and it's going to be on net. It actually was playing at the Draft House at the same time, and I actually could have stuck around and saw it, but it's going to be on Netflix next weekend, so I'll just wait until it's on Netflix, and we'll review it here, but definitely going to check it out. Looks really good. And was there shawarma? No, there was not. All right. That is it, everybody. We will be back tomorrow for a slightly early review of The Substance, which is the much talked about new movie horror film. It is coming to theaters. It's actually getting a wide release, surprisingly. Starring Demi Moore. Thursday, we will have a retro review of Whiplash, which is going to be back in theaters for its 10th anniversary, one of my all-time favorite films. So excited to talk about it. Friday, we'll have a review of the new Netflix original film and the new film from Azazel Jacobs, who did French Exit, which I really liked, called His Three Daughters. It stars Elizabeth Olsen and Natasha Lyonne, and Carrie Coon. Looks really good. We'll talk about that on Friday. Saturday, we will have back-to-back reviews Saturday night for Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, the much-talked-about documentary on Christopher Reeve, as well as the horror film Never Let Go, starring Halle Berry. Sunday, we will have back-to-back reviews of the medical drama A Mistake, starring Elizabeth Banks, as well as the concert film Jungkook, I Am Still, starring the BTS member. And then Monday, thanks to my friend Emily for the screener link, we will have a review of the faith-based film. I think an earlier review. I think it opens on the 27th. I believe it's in a couple theaters this week, though. I'm not entirely sure. But of the movie Faith of Angels. It's a faith-based film. So we'll be talking about that on Monday. And more to come. That'll all be next time. And until next time, I'm Grant, the movie and TV guy. I see it all, and I'm happy to share it with you. I love you all. I appreciate you all. I love you all, classes missed. I love you 3000. Be kind to one another. If you like this video, give it a like if you want to. Give it a subscribe if you want to. Give it the bell. I don't know what it does. That's what you're supposed to do, or so I've been told. Leave a comment. Even if it's, hey, Grant, I like waffles. It really helps out. If you want to find me elsewhere, reviews, lists, and other fun stuff, you can find me on all my social media. I'm on literally everything, either Raised on Popcorn Grant or Raised on Popcorn. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mental health. It's incredibly important. And I want to know down below, what did you think of Casa Bonita, Mi Amor? Did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie? Think my opinion's good? Think I'm full of shit? Comment below. Let me know. And until we meet again, we were all raised on popcorn. Big mouth, extra butter. I'll catch you guys next time. Excuse me. Take care, everyone. See you around. Love you all. Bye.